Did you think growing an email list would be easy? I did, and I grew my email list to over 8,000 active subscribers. That's earned me hundreds of thousands of dollars in less than 3 years, but it was a grind, and I wish I knew how to do it smarter. So to help you grow an email list, qualified leads who are able to buy your offers, I'm going to give you 11 of the best strategies that I use to grow your email list with qualified leads as fast as possible. And that all starts with strategy number 1, which I call the friend effect. Let me explain how this works. When I started my email list, I thought getting my first 100 subs would be impossible, but when I focused on what I have instead of what I don't have, I was able to get my first 1,000 subscribers with ease because I already had contacts from my social media following, from my phone contacts, and from my personal email list. So all I did was take all of those contacts and reached out to each one of them and said, "Hey, Bob, hope you're doing well. I started an email list regarding topic or niche. I was just going to see if you're interested in checking it out." And the crazy part about this is around 75% of the people I reached out to said yes and signed up to my newsletter. So when you stop chasing strangers and stop focusing on what you don't have and focus on what you do have, you're going to have a very high conversion rate of warm subscribers on your list. Which brings us to strategy number 2, and that is outreach. I built an audience of over 70,000 followers on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram Threads, but algorithm changes would destroy my traffic overnight, and all of my inbound traffic would pretty much be vaporized. It was very, very sad. So when I stopped getting my list growth from social media, I realized something important. That's what if I focus on outbound instead of inbound? So next, I made a goal just to reach out to 20 people a day on social media. And I used the same script that I used to message all of my phone contacts. And around 50% of the people that are total strangers signed up to my email list. So while algorithms can destroy your inbound, outbound will always convert. Sometimes the least sexy things that will have the highest impact on your business. Next is strategy number 3, and that's events and webinars. So one of the biggest mistakes I made in my entrepreneurial journey was getting this neck tattoo. Just kidding, that's probably the second worst mistake. Anyway, a big time creator with millions of followers asked me to host a webinar about storytelling for their audience, and I accepted a one-time payment for the presentation. This was a huge mistake because what I could have done is done the presentation for free and just promoted my email list instead. And what that would have done is it would have gotten me customers who don't only buy once, but twice and thrice. So taking a one-time speaking fee can be a small win, but building your list with customers can be a lifetime revenue stream. So that brings us to strategy number 4, which is giveaways. So viral giveaways are the best way to grow your email list, right? Wrong, because I got my next 1,000 subscribers by doing a viral giveaway on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it. And I would share a screenshot of a mini course and I'd be like, "Hey, you want this free thing? Comment free and you can get it." And I'd use an automation to basically send a link to my opt-in page via the DMs and people would sign up to my email list. My following would grow, my email list would grow. It was like magic. But there was a big problem because none of these people bought. They were all pretty much freeloaders that weren't able or capable of buying anything, right? And so 1,000 subscribers who never buy might as well be 0 subscribers. So sometimes it's better to grow slow by focusing on buyers and not fast with freeloaders, which goes to strategy number 5, YouTube. So I hacked Twitter and LinkedIn to grow super fast, but this created a big problem. I basically posted over 50,000 pieces of content only to watch people like Elon Musk or Reid Hoffman change an algorithm and my traffic just disappeared overnight. And all of those pieces of content, they die. The visibility dies after 24 hours. So posting on these social media platforms is pretty much worthless. And that's why YouTube is the best platform for posting organic content. The video content works for you, not the other way around. You're not working for your content. We'll collect you leads for years, not just for hours. Next is strategy number 6, and that is going to be SEO. I tried building an email list with a blog about electricity, and I don't know if you know, but most electricians don't read, and they definitely don't read blogs. So that failed miserably. But here's what I learned is that now SEO has changed. Google's AI summaries and ChatGPT AI summaries have pretty much diminished SEO traffic, but they've also created a brand new opportunity. So if you optimize your blog content for AEO, which is answer engine optimization instead of SEO, your blogs can get featured in these AI summaries. So you write one blog, and if it's written well enough, the AI will summarize it in people's, basically their chat boxes, right? And so just like YouTube videos, one well-optimized blog post for AEO can be an evergreen lead generation machine that works for you while you sleep. So SEO isn't necessarily dead, but AEO is the new king. Next is going to be strategy number 7, and that is podcasts. This is one of the most dangerous routes, but also one of the most highly rewarding. Why? Because people do invest a lot of time listening to podcasts, and they're very good leads, but most of the podcast interviews that I've been on were never published, and I didn't do my homework. If you are going to get on podcast interviews, make sure the host has at least 100 published videos, because most people quit, and that's just a waste of time. Don't waste the time like I did. So check and see, make sure they have a decent following, and that you'll get a return on your investment for your time. Strategy number 8 is social media, and like I said before, I hacked Twitter and LinkedIn and just blew up this audience in a couple of years, and I would get millions and millions of views. It was sweet. But when I basically sold these leads, most of them were unwilling or incapable of buying. In fact, most of them didn't even speak the same language as me. And what happened was, as algorithm changes, social media platforms started deboosting external links, and so I would have to comment more and more to get more reach on my content, despite my visibility being destroyed and only 1% of my audience seeing any of my content. So social media can be a great way to grow your email list fast, but don't expect the strategies that work today to work tomorrow. That brings me to strategy number 9, which is list swaps. When my social media traffic died, I was stuck. My list wasn't growing. I was burning out trying to chase trends and go viral every day. So then I discovered list swaps. I reached out to other entrepreneurs with email lists in my niche and proposed a simple trade. I'll promote your newsletter to my list if you promote my newsletter to yours. And the result was fantastic. I added thousands of highly qualified subscribers to my list who actually were already consuming email and buying products via email. So because these people had already been trained to engage with email content, they weren't like scrolling zombies from TikTok. They're actually readers, which is perfect. So here's what I would do. I'd first create a list of entrepreneurs with similar audience sizes as you and complementary but not competing offers, and then just pitch. Hey, I love your newsletter. I have X amount of subscribers in my niche. Want to do a list swap? I'll feature you and you feature me. And if you get like 5 to 10 of these going a month, you'll watch these qualified leads pour in. And trading audiences with other entrepreneurs is free, and it's lead generation that just compounds forever. It's fantastic. Which brings me to strategy number 10, and this is the best strategy happening in 2025 so far. I was spending hours every day trying to get qualified leads to my business, and I was getting nowhere. It was annoying. It was terrible. It was almost as bad as this neck tattoo. And then I had my realization. Why do all the work when other people could do the work for me? So I started reaching out to the big players in my market, business owners with big audiences full of my ideal customers, and I just had a simple pitch. I was like, hey, if you promote my product, I'll give you 75% commission on every sale. And the first responses were terrible. No one answered. But then once I got one yes, I followed up to everyone that said no. And all of a sudden, these people were like, oh, this famous person's promoting it. I'll promote it too. And suddenly I had people with massive audiences promoting my business to thousands of qualified leads while I sat back and watched the sales roll in. My friend Derek Johansson took this strategy to the extreme. He built a list of 20,000 paying customers by offering 75 to 100% commissions to post his products. Now, you might be thinking, 100%? How do you even make money? That's stupid. Simple. The real profit isn't in the first sale. It's in the lifetime value of the customer on your email list, right? So instead of buying leads, you were getting paid to get these leads on your list. So give away the first sale if you have to, but you can keep the customer forever. Last but not least is paid ads. So I thought I cracked the code on running profitable Facebook ads to my list. I was spending about $3 to $5 per lead and making $5 to $10 back. The math was beautiful. It was fantastic. I thought I'd found the infinite money internet glitch. So I scaled to $50 a day and then to $100 a day. And I was just ready to hang out on the beaches in Thailand and make money and grow my business without doing anything. And then the presidential campaign season hit, and suddenly I was competing against every politician in America who was dumping millions of dollars into Facebook ads, and suddenly my cost per click went from like 50 cents to $7 overnight. So my profitable campaign became a money furnace and burning cash with no return, which obviously sucked. So I had to shut everything down. So here's what I learned from that. Paid ads are the fastest way to scale your email list when they work, and you can go from 100 subscribers to 10,000 in months if your numbers are dialed in. But external events like elections, Black Friday, industry competition, holidays can destroy your margins without warning. So the fix is to use all of these strategies that I've just showed you and not rely on one, because everything is subject to failure. But if you diversify your lead stream with all these different strategies, if one goes down, another one will go up. It's a lot like a portfolio. So I hope you liked this video. Make sure to like it, subscribe, comment what's your favorite strategy, and let me know if you have any questions below. I'd love to answer them. Otherwise, thanks for checking this out. Enjoy your day.